Hey guys, and welcome back to another episode of Cooking with Marco. Today we're making the classic Japanese dish anpan. For those of you who don't know, anpan is a traditional Japanese dish, which is a sweet bread usually baked with red bean paste inside. With all of that out of the way, let's get on to the cooking. In this recipe we have 15 grams of active dry yeast, 90 grams of sugar, 600 grams of bread flour, 100 grams of all-purpose flour, 15 grams of salt, 30 grams of dry milk powder, 90 grams of butter, and 600 milliliters of milk, lukewarm. Okay, we're gonna start this recipe by pouring in the milk. Milk is one of the most important parts of this cake. Into the milk we're going to add the sugar, and along with that the yeast. The yeast will make it rise, and we'll mix this mixture together. It doesn't look too good right now, but trust me, at the end, it'll look so nice. Now for the flours, we combine the two types of flours into this big, huge bowl that I got just because I didn't think the other bowl would be big enough. In goes the first flour. In goes the second flour. There you go. And here comes the third one in the green bowl. Ooh, look at that slide. Okay, we're getting over to the last flour. And now we move on to whisking the flour together, just so everything's even. Once we're done whisking, like right now, we'll pour the wet ingredients into the dry ingredients into this big green bowl that I have. Once they're together, we'll add the dry milk powder, and we are just gonna add a little bit of salt to make the flavor better. Now we're gonna try to knead this by ourselves, but our grandma's gonna come in the kitchen and say we're doing it wrong, and she's gonna take over. She's gonna do it way better than I ever could. So I'd take back over because I really want. This is my show. I'm in control. This is my show. And I finally finish up kneading the dough.
2 hours later.
Okay, after giving the dough time to rise, it looks like it's time to take it out of the bowl and knead it a little bit more. We do this to get the gas bubbles out of the dough, and you can see me using my big strong muscles to just push the gas bubbles out of that dough. If you don't do this, it's going to end up tasting gassy. So now we move on to the cutting. We need to cut this into 24 equal pieces, which I do perfectly, and we end up with those balls. Now we take one of those balls and roll it with a rolling pin, and right after we can take our red bean paste, stick it right in the middle of that, squeeze the sides, pinch them together, with beautiful forms such as that. Okay, now we're gonna brush the buns with some egg to give it a little golden crust. And right after this step, we are gonna add some sesame seeds to really give it that extra little aesthetic that we all need in our lives. And after that, we're pretty much done. Pop that in the oven for about 15 to 40 minutes because I burnt a third of them. And that's it. Thank you for watching my first episode of Marco in the Kitchen.